pen ko ka son na hi chi to no man
In the manual under local church government, which is an accepted way that we agree that we're going to do church and do business, it says, members of the church board shall be appointed by the pastor and endorsed by the church. With the pastor, they shall care for the business affairs of the assembly. And so it's the board working with the pastor, not the pastor working with the board. That's the difference.
yes okay hilai muna UPCI manual la hilai muna ko hilai muna ki mu thei ma bangina pastor pa in pen board pen aman tel the na to ki tak changina board pastor pa pen board ina sepi ding hi pastor ina board pen sepi ding hi zalo na pastor ina church board ina pastor pen ahu ding hi zo hi chi
You want to read this to them? The pastor's authority and duty shall be as follows: to have the oversight and superintendence of all interests of the church and of all departments of its work, both spiritual and temporal, since he or she is responsible for the guardianship and watchful care of all who are committed to his or her trust.
Hilai muna bang ki mu thei hiam si le pastor pa I thunei na le ama I duty sep ding te hi anwaya da na hi nungana jong ja ilai muna jong tampi ta I pian khinang ina to tong ki tok le ina pastor pa pen lungdam na thu gen le hil ding le pasien thu to ki saya me ne to te gen kheding a hi to ki tak cheng ina mi na bang chiam chi le thunei na pol pi sunga ai jong na all department came to a pen pastor pa pen khwa la ma yong tak sala mai jong na sem dinga to ki tak cheng ina ama na he sunga who are committed to his or amai uple amai muan le amai bangchia au muan te pe naman ko te hi chi to hi to ki tak chen bang hiam chi le sina business camp you are all business of any important pertaining to spiritual, moral and mental material effects of the church china business camp yo aizona na athupi camp yo aizona khala bai zona ni servants lamsa pol pivan camp yo pen ama I na set ding ama I authority thune na le duty a hi to ki tak chen di na call for an precise over business and church board meeting and shall appoint committee pastor pa ina pen business camp wa ai zong na church board meeting ai zong na appoint the hi committee pen be ready be ready for every good work mun camp wa pen na camp wa pen a hoi lam bi pen set ding a hi chi a hi pastor pa I thune na le authority.
So when I look through the changes that you want to make, I have a problem with some of them because it takes the pastor out of that role as the overseer.
Hi na like king na sungwa ke lampan na piatana kamu khada bang hiam sile pastor pa pen I thune na noya local board I noya am hi chi pen mukhia I.
For example, in
upamai na
in Article 2,
article tumna article ni na
Section 5,
section nga na
Paragraph 1.
paragraph khat na
So, upon good cause being shown, to the pastor and church board,
yes
yeah.
church board and provisions for termination may be
Yes.
waived.
May be waived in the case of any individual member at the discretion of, so you want to take the pastor out of that and just say church board. Now, I understand that you say, well, the pastor is a part of the church board. But if you make this change, then there may be some very sensitive issues that only the pastor knows about, and he cannot share it with all of you. If he wants to, he can, and if it's appropriate, he can. But if we approve this change, then if somebody has a real sensitive issue that the pastor is dealing with, you have to be told, and that person doesn't want you to be told. So we've got to keep the pastor as the head of this, and then him share with you whatever he can share. That's why it's written this way in the beginning. Does that make sense to everyone?
Betul semna chen pe ningin ma hi lai mana en na nunga ikhel pen hiam sile the pastor and the church board ichi pen the pastor pen church board sunga omikin ilo hi hiam bahanga the pastor and the church board he says yam church board chi yaw lang hoi lo diam chi to pen iten to hi na amau pen hi dan hi thei lo hi pastor church board chi yaw lang bel hi khama ni hi pastor pa pen hi church board amma echang ayang ina to dat ki ka son thei lo wa bahang ina the pastor and the church board ichi pen bahang hiam chi le pastor pa ina pen ama ni na board te to ama pen dan tua hi thei lo ni bahang chi le aman church board chi yaw lang chin pen ama idea ai ki le ama hi lop te aman gen thei lo ni hi si hi ama uk te ma ama active I bang cha again can not to te zong na activities tom to mai zong na ama hi gel na pe ai thei lo ni ai hi chi ai to hang ina akikim suak le man na to pen to mana the pastor and the church board chia ki ko ai hi chi to gen naming.
So when it was originally written, it was pastor?
Yeah.
Okay. When this was originally written, it was written as pastor and not church board?
Yeah, they just say
Pastor?
just church board.
Just church board?
Yeah, they cut it. The pastor, yeah, they cut it that one, and then because they say it is same. Well, why should we didn't put just church board? So that's why we cut it the pastor. So we put only just church board.
Yeah, right.
That is the problem.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
So do they understand that? What
Yeah.
the point I made?
Yeah.
Okay. Article 3, officers.
Article Trumna officer.
There's a difference between church officers and church leaders.
Church officer le church leader akit lamdan na gen maming.
Church officers are pastor, board members, secretary, treasurer. Those are church officers.
Church officer ichi pen ko teng hiam chi le pastor pai song na church board ai song na secretary song treasurer te a hi hi.
In the local church government bylaws,
Local church government bylaws song a
it says the list of officers, the officers of the church shall be as follows.
the officer church board officer ding pen and waya bang following hi ding hi.
Pastor,
Pastor,
board members,
board member,
secretary.
secretary,
Treasurer.
laya sum kem ding hi.
So a church can have more leaders than that,
Board pina leader makai mi de tom bel kine the lo hi.
but they are not board members
Ai hang ina mau te pen board member the lo ding
or
hi.
officers.
Officer board member officer the lo ding hi.
Article 7,
Article sagi na
the pastor shall appoint additional staff.
Pastor pa pen hilai mo na article section sagi na ma. Section sagi na this one right?
Yes.
Leader ding te pen chi. The pastor may appoint minister staff as well as other leaders as he or she deemed necessary to assist him or her and to serve at his or her discretion jina hilai mon bang ki muthe yam chile pastor pai na minister ai ke le minister staff ne makai ding leader pen amai na tel the na to da na koi to thei zel hi chi ai hi
So at my church,
ka pol pi sunga
my church board
ka pol pi bo sunga
is myself,
ke i jong ka hi
5 board members,
5 mi nga board member ka hi wi
secretary and treasurer.
secretary le te za jong hi
I also have a group of leaders.
ke to sunga ken jong ka pol pi sunga group of leader ti madam makai tom tom jong ka nei hi
I meet with them separately.
ken kam amao to ki mo kho mina khat be be chana imede private me da na separately me da kam khom ka ki mu to zero hi
Sunday school director,
Sunday school director jong mi
youth leader,
zut makai jong mi
ladies leader,
nu me makai jong mi
missions director,
mission director jong mi
uh, ushers and greeters,
usher jong mi
we call it hospitality.
yes
I meet with them separately.
ตัวเต็งเก็นกระปอดไปสูงตัวเตะตัวมกันเนี่ยอายังงี้นะกมุตักเชงินะไพรอามาตัวไม่ได้กิมุตัวมเด่นไม่ได้หุ่นไล่นะก็กิมุตัวมเด่นตรงนี้
They help me plan the schedule.
อามาเตนะเกน่าเสร็จดิ้งด้านเป็นสเกจไม่ได้เสร็จดิ้งด้านไอ้สองนั้นตัวเป็นโอมาเตอีนะองคู่มาฮี
All the events that we do throughout the months.
เนี่ยอามาเตตัวเกี่ยวข้อมีนะก็เซมของมาฮีขัดกับส่วนใหญ่ดีขัดสิมา
I meet separately with the church board and we look at the finances, approve the finances.